Glad to see you, everyone here. Thank you for coming, and I just would like to know first what your backgrounds are. The types of backgrounds, science backgrounds or business backgrounds. If I'm saying, so you can raise your hands. Science backgrounds.
Engineer.
Engineer. Okay.
Yeah.
Science background. Okay. Business backgrounds. business background. So, you happy with that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And education. Cool. Professors.
I'm from humanity arts.
Human arts.
Humanities.
Oh, okay, cool. Art, right? Art background. Also something background. Why I'm asking this question because we know that we have different backgrounds, right? So we may speak different background languages. If you understand what I'm talking about, like maybe a person from art background can't speak so well with a person from engineer background because sometimes they just don't understand each other. Do you have this problem? Yeah, sometimes, right? So it's because the mindset of different backgrounds and the culture and the environment they are put in. So everything is different. So it influences our mindset, influence our way of speaking, right? So sometimes we may talk about the same things, but we don't understand each other and we get angry with each other, right? So I'm asking this question in terms of the language, just like I mentioned, our language is very old. Some languages are 1,000 years. They were designed 1,000 years ago. Some languages were designed 100 years ago. So our language is old. I'm not talking about foreign languages, but the language the design of the language is pretty old. What does it mean? Sometimes you may notice that we don't wish each other nice life. We say, I wish you a nice weekend. Why do we say, I wish you a nice weekend? Why do we just don't say, I wish you a nice life, the whole life is yours, it's going to be nice, not just a Merry Christmas, Happy Chinese New Year, or I wish you a nice weekend or nice day, have a nice day, how about my night? This is the language is old, right? Our language is old. So how can we develop a language that has communication value? What I mean by communication value, if we speak the language more precisely, if we don't interpret the language, we don't play with the language. Just like that is why lawyers exist. They play with the language. They interpret the language in terms of law. You can't do this with language. You can't do that. Language has to have a communication value. Do you understand? I'm talking too fast. If you tell me to just stop me or you're talking too fast. Has a communication, it must have a communication value. So we can understand each other better. We don't say like, I don't mean that, I told you that. So we don't get angry with each other. It has communication values. And that's why lawyers exist, right? That's why politicians exist. Sometimes you notice that the same politicians that talk about the same thing, actually, but they use different languages. Some people understand and they like this politician, but actually they talk the same way, the same thing. But some people, different politicians exist. Why do they exist? They're actually talking about the same stuff, right? The same things, but they use different languages to approach people. So they interpret languages just like lawyers interpret law. So if we take a look at the language of science, we may notice that when, or the language of engineer, right?
Yep.
There are some precise words that you can't interpret. You can't interpret the word, let me think, what would be better, you're from engineer background. You can't interpret the word chip, right?
A chip?
Yeah, a chip.
A chip. You mean?
You can interpret it in terms of a chip is
a chip.
sometimes I like this chip.
Yep.
CHIP.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't like this, you know. Depends on situation, you know.
Yeah.
You can interpret chip as a chip, right?
Yep.
Or you can interpret the word wire, right?
Yep.
But we can interpret the word love. We can interpret the word liberty. We can interpret the word democracy. We can interpret the word freedom. What is freedom? We can interpret many words like that, right? We can interpret the word crime. What is crime? Who is criminal? What is criminal? Criminal is a person who, in the old law, criminal is a person who took a thing without permission. This is the old law. The first one of the first laws about crime.
Yep.
So I'm taking Robert's computer mouse. Robert, I'm a criminal, you know. Yeah, but now, right, it's closer. Like criminal is a person who got caught. So how about politicians? They go to wars and kill people. They're not criminals. So this is, you know, interpretation. It's really dangerous and it's really so obsolete, so old, so old. Obsolete means old, very old. It doesn't fit our technological progress. It doesn't fit what we can do now as our spiritual, right? Our potential, like humans' potential. Okay, so this is about the language. It's very dangerous actually sometimes when we speak that. So environment, language also creates environment. So when we're talking about environment, we need to consider that environment shapes people's values. So genetics has really little influence on our values. Actually, it doesn't shape values at all. So if you coming from engineer background, right, you're influenced by engineering environment, right?
Yep.
So if you're coming from business background, right, you're influenced by business environment. Do you understand what I'm talking? If you're coming from science.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Science background, you're influenced by scientists, you know, like which is like closer to truth, right? A little bit closer. So that's why there are no bad and good people. There are no actual criminals. The criminals only exist in law. Like it's written like you're criminals, I'm criminals. But they're not bad and good people. Everything is conditional. Everything's going because everything comes from the environment. Environment shapes values. So all these conditions, we can't think or reason beyond our culture and experience. So our experience also shapes our values. Not like your genes. Oh, your genes. Your father was smart, and then people say, yeah, your father is so smart. The teacher is telling you, how can you be so lazy, right? Sometimes you can hear also teachers like speak this way and really don't understand it because they're not lazy people, not creative people. All these lies. It's just imposed by our culture of media, culture of schools, culture of politics. Everything is important by our culture to say like, okay, lazy people, crazy. What is lazy person, right? Person who doesn't make money is a lazy person. What's that? You know, it's crazy. It's insane. So environment has great influence. Mm-hmm. For example, here's the funny thing. If you can just even read that. If you go to Amazon tribe, one of the Amazon tribe, there are several tribes, and Amazon River tribe, I mean, right? So there are people like headhunters. Headhunters. Yeah. Can you imagine headhunters? And there's one person from outside was asking, doesn't it bother you to have 5 dragon heads? Yes, it bothers me a lot because my brother has 20. So he's more successful to his culture. They don't care about money. They don't have money even, right? What is success, right? It's like, yeah, my brother has 20. Yeah, it bothers me a lot. So is he nuts? Is he crazy? Is he an outsider of this world? No, it's normal to his culture. Just like it is normal to our culture to be stuck in traffic for 1 hour to get the shopping mall. and to drink tea for half an hour. You really think it's normal to our culture, right? Because we are influenced by this kind of environment. But for them, they wouldn't understand, just like we wouldn't understand their shrugging hands. Okay, so what is being civilized? What is civilization? What is being civilized? We say we are civilized. We are technology advanced people. We have so much technology. We have so much advanced medicine. We advance as humans, and so some people might think, right? But if you take a look at the life of a primitive people, they say we had no bombs, no homeless, no unemployment, no junk food, no stress, no poverty, no sickness, no crime rate, no pollution, and they called us primitive and savage. Savage means like similar to primitive, right? So, they don't have they didn't have these kind of things, right, that we have, right? But they were not civilized, so we call them uncivilized, right? And we call ourselves civilized. When we destroy forests, we destroy oceans, we create a lot of pollution, we destroy lives, we pollute a lot of things in nature, and we go to wars, we are civilized. We call ourselves civilized, right? So just think about that. What is to be civilized? Is it really civilized? To be civilized, how the way we live now? So I don't think so. We are not civilized yet. As long as we have army, as long as we have crime, police to control us, laws to control human behavior. Don't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't download a legal movie from the internet. No, you can't do, the law say that. And so many people do that. They're not caught, so they're not criminals. But they do legal things, you know. So what is being civilized, right? And all other problems, of course, I haven't mentioned because I don't have time. So this is related to our education in general. Schools teach you to be patriotic and believe your country has the best values, your country is the best culture, has the best culture, your country tradition are the best, right? So they teach you to think that your culture is the best. The culture of consumption, the culture of money, the culture of success is the culture of the best. But I think is really the best for us when we have a lot of problems, just like I mentioned, especially when we don't care about the environment and result for the environment. We breathe the air already in the city that is so polluted, right? So polluted that you just want to get out of town, just go to the mountain. And okay, I can breathe in the mountains at least, you know. It's really a huge problems. So what is to be the best and what is to be patriotic? Also, that patriotism, Einstein said, is a disease. Patriotism means you love your country, right? Everyone knows this word. So patriotism is a disease. Just think about that. Why is it a disease, really? If you think your country is the best and you think that like it creates like hatred, for example, toward immigrants. When immigrants come from other countries, say, oh, this guy, oh, these immigrants again, they come in, they steal our jobs because they get paid less. And you want to get more money, you want to get paid more. And all this hatred comes from the love to the countries and separates countries because, okay, it doesn't matter, and this has come from other countries, and let's go and make a war. I'm talking about a war politicians. So they actually, what education should improve in their way, because it's also old school, just like our language, is to teach you, no matter what country you're born in and you live in, to teach you to be a generalist. Generalist is a person who knows many things in different areas. So especially who knows how people and things related to each other, how we relate to the nature, how we relate to the environment. If we come from the environment, we can't just destroy the nature because we are part of the nature. You know, these kind of things. That what generalists also needs to know. How technology is related to social problems. Whether there is a way that technology can solve social problems. That's what generalists needs to know, right? And that's what schools don't teach kids. They teach kids how to be really good at math, how to get a high score at math, how to get English, 100, right? I say 100 scale. You have 100 scale. So how get good grades, how to memorize facts, you know. So and then kids are just like, ooh, my head is going to burn. So they don't see the connection. No, I'm talking only about Taiwan. Many countries, I believe in many countries, similar problems because our school is 100 years old. The design of the school is so old and again obsolete. So we should learn how we relate to nature, I already said, and solve real problems. By real problems, I mean not solve a problem of how do we solve a problem by electing this political party or electing by that political party. Real problems: hunger, typhoons, earthquakes, poverty. These are real problems. Not what political party is better. None of them have no real solutions. So generalist education might help in that. Okay, so we have all of us beliefs, right? So if we have problems, we need to find solutions. Some people relate, okay, let's go and take a look at politics. Here we go, politicians. Politicians have solutions, some people believe. So if you ask any politician, don't just believe me what I'm saying here. I'm saying maybe this really is not true. I'm just saying blah, blah, blah here. But you just go and ask any politician, how do you make cars safer? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. How do you feed people and grow more food without exhausting the soil? So how do you do that? No, I don't know that. You're right. Right to the other specialized politicians. How do you solve bridge differences between nations in times of war? I don't know. What do you know? What do they know? What are they doing there? What is a politician? Have you ever thought about what is a politician? Don't just take my words for it. Go and ask any politician these questions, any social questions about the transportation safety question. And they don't know. They don't have answers. They don't know anything. You know, it's like also kid is asking, Daddy, how do airplanes fly? Daddy says, I don't know. And politicians even know less. Really, ask politicians any problem. They don't have answers. So because politics was designed, was good politics 100 years ago, but now our problems, not political, not country, not this or that country, not independency of country, our problems are technical. How do we apply technology to solve social problems? That's what we need to think about, not how we get independent from someone we don't even know from what someone. Okay, so some people maybe will ask, religion is a solution, okay? And if you read the Bible, right? Bible is a good book for things just like learning some moral things and values, right? So in old language say, thou shalt not kill. That means you shall not kill. It doesn't say you can kill on Wednesdays, but the rest you can't kill, right? It just says, thou shalt not kill. So it says you can't kill any day, any time, right? It doesn't say, oh, you can kill on Wednesdays, on Fridays, on some. So my question is, what happens with these religious views of not killing or not harming something in times of war, or in times when things like the things that we do destroy our planet, really destroy resources that we need, because we need the same resources to breathe, we need resources to eat and to get clothes, because we just get cold otherwise. So there's a problem.
Yeah, do you still remember what's on the slide?
Yeah, I think, yeah, still remember some of it. Okay, so about the religion, right? Religion is good in terms of that educate people as a part of education. But the problem is that religion has no technical solution for problems. Has no solutions. Religion can't a master from a temple or a pope, right? It can't make airplanes lighter and safer. I'm sorry. It can't make your cars and put sensors, and you can create sensors in your car that so cars don't hit each other. It can't solve this problem. It can't make us to develop a solution for growing more food, right? Or building cities under the sea. You can't do that, right? So they have no technical solutions. So yes, I also would like to mention that if we train soldiers to be problem solvers, to go to other countries and bridge differences, but not to be killing machines. They train. They're so hardly trained, and they're really, really good at killing, right? But now people develop weapons where soldiers don't need to think a lot. They even don't need to have good eyesight in order to kill, because the weapon can do it for them. So soldiers getting dumber, and soldiers getting more stupid, and they're really killing machines, and weapons getting smarter. So that's really scary, because so much resources are wasted, really wasted in the whole, nowhere, and including money, if you talk about money as a resource, which I don't believe anymore, because of war, and war is a good business, as we know. Okay, so some people think money is a solution, right? Like here, if you have a lot of money, you can just take all your money and you get dropped in one island that have no clean water, have no food, have no land to grow food. So what are you going to do with this money? Is there maybe one image that what you're going to do with this money is only to use it as paper, right? Because at least there is paper. So money doesn't represent our capacity. Money can't solve any problem. There is no enough money to feed, clothe, educate people on this planet. There is no enough money, but there is more than enough resources to do these things. There is more than enough resources to educate people, to feed people, to give them clean water, and to restore our land, and to use our land intelligently, not just to contaminate with all the chemicals we have. So actually money is a really tricky thing, and sometimes is related to freedom. Say like, oh, I'm free because I have a lot of money. No, you are free as you are as free as your purchasing power, right? So here is your. I mistyped it. So your purchasing power to have a car that you have, you can buy a car only this. This is your purchasing power. You can't buy you want to buy a safer car. You can't afford it. You only can buy a car that you have money to spend on. They are not free. There is no any freedom in money, and people will never will never have enough money. That's impossible. That's impossible. So money even doesn't represent our goal capacity on this planet. It doesn't represent anything. It's just paper, a cheap piece of paper with some really weird, strange signs of some people on it. So some people think law is a solution. Law is a solution, just like I mentioned, right? Laws were created to control human behavior because we come from different environments, right? So some people say, he's a criminal because he does he comes from mafia, so he's a bad guy, right? But that's why laws were created, right? They'll say, I'm good, bad, and it's really convenient, okay? So if you think that there are not good and bad people, so there are no laws, but people are imposed by their beliefs, by their environment, that there must be good and bad people. So law separates good and bad people. And just as I mentioned before, law is a game of language interpretation. So, for example, if you see one person in prison, this person stole a watch for 100 US dollars, right? It's $3,500, right? And he committed this crime for 3 times. 3 times. So they put him in jail for 6 months. Oh my God, can we ever thought of having a person in jail for 6 months? You have to feed the person. You have to pay the tax for the person. You have to pay the tax for the space of where this person stays. You have to give medical health insurance and pay for the insurance of this person. How many watch would you get for the 6 months? Just imagine, that's very expensive. It's more expensive than all these 3 pairs of watches that he stole for 3 times. You're going to have 100 of these watch stores for this money to keep a person in prison. It's very expensive, very expensive. So it's always cheaper to feed people than prison or kill them. I'm talking about wars especially. So if we think about what kind of world do we really want to live in, we can decide the way we live, what would it be like? So we just need to think, here's the problem with Microsoft version. Okay, everyone needs clean air. We are humans, right? We come from nature, just like we are animals. You just always think we are animals. Actually, we don't need much in terms of, we don't need many things like our culture has many things that we just like the things because media or this your working environment, maybe your friends' environment, they just make you like the things. I'm telling you, if you were put in different environment, like in islands in the ocean, you will like different things. You know that in islands, people in the small islands where people don't even have a transportation, not talking about like advanced islands, like touristic islands, right? These small islands, if you go, people, they live in communities, right? And they're fishermen, they're hunters, right? So fishermen go and they fish, and when they come out with fish, they just throw the fish to everyone. They don't ask you owe me $10. They don't tell you owe me $50. They just share. They never. It doesn't matter what they do. They share. So actually, we need clean air, clean water because we can't live. We biologically can't live with that. So if we keep destroying the environment we live in and the nature because we come from the nature, so we are going to pay for the air. Do you know that in Japan people pay for the air?
No.
In some polluted places in Japan, people they have a special, I don't remember how they call it, but special air tanks. So you just pass these air tanks and you pay some money because it really is some polluted places you can't even take a breath because is really polluted. So if we keep this way, we are going to pay for the air everywhere. I'm telling you, because we pay for water, right? We pay for clean water. Do you get free now clean water here? No, if you go to the mountains, right, from somewhere, right, really away, right? So you have to spend a lot of time for it. So we need clean air, clean water, arable land, relevant education, and health care, because we get sick. Health care, right? So we need relevant health care, real health care, not health care of pills and medicine. When they just sell you medicine, and this medicine causes another disease, you take this medicine, causes another disease, you gotta buy more medicine, causes another disease, and then you end up, some people with cancer, some freaking things. You know, that is true. Do you know that the plant called cannabis? Cannabis is a plant that if you make it well, it's going to be a drug. This drug. So cannabis can cure cancer, but it's illegal. Have you ever thought why cannabis is illegal? Because if everyone plants cannabis, they can make natural cancer treating medicine. All these corporation of medical companies, they're going to fall, they're going to bankrupt. So there is no way they're going to make it legal. So just think why cannabis, read about cannabis. Cannabis, really, it has a lot of application and even immaterial. Okay, so if we apply science and technology, and we think that everything what we have is technical, not political, religion. The laptops you have are technical. The cars you have technical. The airplanes have technical. Light bulbs are technical. Everything is technical, what we use, right? It's not political. So we can use science and technology, but we need to apply it with human environmental concern, just like I say, not destroying our plane, but to think how technology can be applied to solve social problems. So we have resources, I already mentioned, but we don't have enough money. Money doesn't represent anything. So we don't have enough money to feed, house, educate, close people. But we have enough resources, more than enough resources. Do you know that we produce food now for 3 billion people? 13 billion people. And we are 7 billion people on Earth. Do you know where the rest go? The rest goes destroyed to keep the prices up. Because people, poor people, they can't allow to buy some food, right? They can't afford to buy food. So some food even sometimes is destroyed. But we produce more than enough food. So it's insane, it's crazy. So we need intelligent management of the Earth's resources by using methods of science. Scientific method I'm not talking about because we don't have time, but it's better than any political method, I can assure. So resource-based economy can overcome scarcity because scarcity is a cause for corruption, war, and aberrant behavior. Scarcity creates poor and richer countries. Scarcity creates the poor and the rich. So because some countries are rich with resources, some countries are poor, right? But because there are other countries, so just let them be poor. So this is scarcity. Having a free access to the necessities of life without money, barter, credit, or taxation. Why do we need money if we have enough resources? Money creates scarcity. Money creates the poor and the rich, just like I mentioned before. Having all the Earth's resources as a common heritage of all people, just like I mentioned. If we keep going to wars and separate nations more and more, we will never reach it. We will never achieve it. We will never achieve the common heritage of all the Earth's resources. It will be impossible. But if we achieve it one day, that will be the base for resource-based economy without money and scarcity, therefore without the poor and the rich. Okay, so incentives. What incentives are? Incentives are we wouldn't have borders. Borders means going to travel to other countries. We don't need a visa. What is a visa? Why do you need a visa? To prove another country's president that I'm okay to work? That I'm okay to go to your country and see your country? What is visa? Just think about it. That's insane. It's like, what is visa? I can, okay, health. Maybe they should check your health whether you're not bringing another virus. But what is visa like that you're okay to go and to see, oh, Japan, it's okay, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, I need a visa, I need a guarantee there to go to Japan. But I don't know any Japanese, how can I go there? No, sorry, reject. So what that? We wouldn't have borders. You can go to any countries, no visas, nothing. Go to any places. If there were no countries and no borders, no limits, because we have no scarcity, we can do whatever we want because we don't have to work as much as we work now. 8-hour day, working day. What is 8-hour working day? Some people say, I'm okay, I get used to it. Don't worry, I have Saturdays and Sundays. You're really okay? Yeah, I'm okay, I got used to it. Yeah. 1 more month and Chinese New Year, yeah. You know, it's not normal actually. It's not normal to work 8 hours a day, especially when you consider 80% of people, by statistics, they hate their jobs. Can you count the amount of hours you do what you hate in your life? Oh my God. That's horrible, right? So I really would admire people who love their jobs and why, yeah, 6 in the morning I go to work. Yeah. Wow, I was like, whoa, cool, right? But really, like most of people, because 8-hour working days is like was created 500 years ago, and again, it's very old and obsolete. It's not for this. It doesn't fit our society. Our society technologically advanced. Computers can do more than humans. Robots already. There are waitresses everywhere. We create robots who can serve people. We create robots who can even be nurses and take care of all people. So automation, if we keep automation and installing things, we atomize economy. No way, we will not have jobs. The job will disappear. If jobs disappear, people lose jobs and people lose purchasing power. Everything falls. Everything falls. Everything disappears. All these properties, all cars, houses disappear. So we don't need for that, right? We don't need actually to work so we can be free. We free ourselves because we have robots and doing things for us more than we can do, or machines or computers. So no poverty because no scarcity, no hungers because we are fed, we are clothed, we are happy, right? No poverty. We don't know like poor and rich, no these scary things, and no war because there is no any reason to have a war. We have no countries, no borders, no limits. So I just want to finish with a quotation, one of my favorite quotations. Jacques Fresco said, if you think we can change the world, it just means you are not those that will. Yeah. Any questions?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I do some homework before I come here, and
okay.
I just review your website and some information in the internet, and I have a question because in your project you try to make a utopian planet.
Okay, utopian planet, right? You think about utopian.
And my question is, I didn't see the critical how to you solve the problem because it seems you try to fight the how to say it. You try to challenge the humanity, the greed, because I think all those problems come from the greed of human.
Where does greed come from?
I don't know, but I just
greed
know.
Greed comes from the environment, just like I mentioned.
Really?
The environment shapes our values. If you are born in a scarce country, scarce of resources, or jobless country, or in a crisis, your parents will tell you, you eat everything what you have on your plate. You can't waste your food because they are poor people and they don't have food, right, in this country.
Yep.
So this is the environment. So the environment creates greed. So, but if you are born in a country or in a place of abundance, abundance,
Yep.
many things,
Yep.
you don't have the behavior to go and think, okay, I lack this, I don't have this, where do I get it? And I get it, oh, I need more. And also, greed is created by our culture of consumption. Look at our culture. We create things. Most of technology things that the companies make are designed intentionally,
intentionally to
break
broken.
down on schedule.
Yep.
Yes, but that is because monetary system. They
Yep.
want you to buy more. The system creates greed. But if you change the environment, if you change their mindset, and if you change the environment, you put the person in the environment of abundance,
Yep.
and the person who takes all his or her potential to help solve real problems, you will not have greed. That's the system created our culture.
But
Yeah.
you say the environment shaped our value.
Yeah,
But
sure.
actually, I don't think the environment shaped our greed, because from the old times, the people they live in a cave, or they just hunters, they still have the greed to live. They want to hunt more animals. They want to hunt more fish. I think this kind of greed is a nature, the nature of life.
No,
So,
you're talking about what about nature?
Like human nature.
Yeah, human nature.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That is because people are put in the environment. If you were born in a cave, right?
Yep.
And you want to go to hunt. Why do you want to go hunt?
Because I want to live, survive. Yeah, I want to survive.
Yes, you want to survive.
Yeah.
That you do something for your life, right?
Yep.
But why do you need to steal?
Well, this debate,
Yeah.
I think, will go on and on. It's
Okay,
getting-
I know.
Yeah, just think about, just say one sentence. Think about in terms of the environment. You can investigate the environment, because I really don't have time, a lot, right, to talk about. We don't have time. But you can investigate different environment. That is what I'm saying. People need to be brought up generalist. They need to understand the connection. They need to go and learn different environments. Different cultures. As many cultures and environments we learn, as more we reach in our knowledge, and as we more understand each other, understand the root of greed, the root of monetary-based system, and many failures of our culture. Yeah. Any other question?
Just want to share a word with you. That's one word I learned in my master's degree. It's called ethnocentrism. And that just means that we're using our own culture to judge other culture, while the other culture is not for you to judge. It's not for anyone to judge. It's just their own culture. So ethnocentrism is just it's an idea that you're just very biased in seeing other culture while you shouldn't. So yeah, just to share it.
Yeah, the Bible says, like, if you read the Bible says, judge not to be judged. That means don't judge anyone. You don't know why they become the way they are. You don't know why they become greedy. You don't know. So you can't judge greedy people. You can't judge criminals. You don't know the environment. That says the Bible says so, right? So don't judge anyone, right? Don't judge any culture, because you don't know the way how they became the way they are. But you can learn and study and understand better if you just relate to the root. We need to relate to the root of problems, not to problems like on the surface, to the root. Many problems of our of our culture comes from the same root, actually, I believe.
Amanda?
Yeah.
What would you encourage people to do if they do not have the mindset of as a generalist and they cannot get out of the environment they are? What would you recommend?
They can't get out.
They cannot change the environment they are in.
No, you can't change the environment. People, one person can change the environment, right? But a person, that's why I'm talking about science. Why science is better way to apply solutions to our problems, to have solutions for our problems, because it's more precise. Because if you talk about any social context, different contexts of different environments, you say you are again going to go to a dangerous game of interpretation. It's like I love you more, or someone loves you more. Love is really creative things. Like sometimes you love yourself more, sometimes you hate yourself, right? It's so unfixed, it's so fluctuating, it's a fluctuating thing. So if we speak more precise language, like closer to science language, we ask precise questions, so we get more precise, exact, if you have problem with this word precise, exact answers. So I wouldn't encourage anyone. I mean, I wouldn't force anyone, right? But what do you mean by encouragement?
I mean,
it's also so interpretative.
The question is that, like us, we are trapped here in Taiwan, the system, in the environment. We can't change it. So what should we do exactly?
That's what I say. You can't change as one person, but you can create more communication value while speaking. For example, I say, when you don't understand a person, you say, what do you mean by ba ba ba? What do you mean by ba ba ba? So that is creating more communication value. You can understand each other better, and you can also explore other ways to have our word better. Because, if some people say, like, I'm okay with my environment, I'm okay with the world, it's not my problem. Some people say that. I'm just saying some people, right? Mm-hmm. But, when you already, like, have observed some problems really, like, and you just see, like, it's really insane. Insane means, like, it's really crazy. Why is work going like that? So you think, why can I be like a better? Can I do a better way? Or can I share with people and we can do a better way? Or can I communicate with people better? That's what I mean by changing, not the environment alone, but changing the environment first by learning something new, and which really has value. Not learning something new, but fashion that changes every season, and then you just buy more things, right? Yeah, like everything must be applied with the environmental and human concern in terms of if you design clothes, or you design your house, it must be for your health, not for destroying your health, right? So these kind of things that you could start where you could start from.
Or we could promote the Venus Project.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I should never call myself a promoter or something, because I think you can relate to the sources. I think that more possible future is like we keep creating mass destruction weapons. They're going to destroy each other. But why? Right? We have such a beautiful planet, and we have also, like, you say in resources, you say utopia, right?
Yeah.
They say, like, yeah, you're going to give people things for nothing. You're going to give people things for nothing. I go to work. If I say I don't want to work, do I have to work? No, you don't have to. But if you have free time of all, what are you going to do? You are going to do what you want to do in real life, not what your parents want to do, not what system wants to do, what schools you want to become. You're going to do what you want to do, what your potential is. So it's not a utopia. It's going to, again enhance our potential. Humanity, the evolution of humanity can't be utopian. There is all the time that humans want to learn and create better things. If even you create better cities than now, like Taichung City and BRT system, I think it could be better, right? BRT buses could be better. If you even create better than that, it's not going to be called utopia. It's just a little bit way better than you live now. It's not utopia. Utopia is the end. There is no end because humans are learning creatures. They cannot just stop and not learn anything and improve anything. It's impossible for humans. They are learning creatures. They all the time will be the enhancement in their life, advances. Yeah.
Okay, we have time for one last question. Sam?
I'm curious about why you choose those pictures.
Because his job
relate to your topic or any.
This is a picture of Jack's Fresco's designs. These are designs of a city, a circular city, circular round cities.
Why they design this kind of city?
He's also a designer.
Right? Yeah, he's an industrial there. His background versus industrial design, but he calls himself a social engineer. But he comes from an industrial design background, and he designed many things. But he never cared about getting patents or his name be famous. Never this way. He's 99 years old almost.
Why he designed those buildings?
Because our cities now is just a huge waste of energy and resources.
But based on the engineering viewpoint, those buildings are very waste a lot of energy.
Because you don't know how they work. You can relate to the website. I just don't have time to explain all the design. But you can relate, and I'll give you everyone my name card so you can relate to the website. Yeah. And here's the third one. I'm sorry for this long. Here's the in English, but we are working on translation to Chinese. It's half translated already, and they are also in Chinese. About as for the Chinese part, the first website. Can you jump to the PPT file? Yeah. The first is the official website, so you can see videos, and you can, if you're okay with to listen to the English speech, so they explain how they work. I don't have time really to explain, right? So the second one is also documentaries that the Venus Project produced, but they have no fundings, and we are all volunteers. Everything is on the volunteership. And the third one is Chinese, also translated by volunteers from Hong Kong and Taiwan, with Chinese subtitles, traditional Chinese characters. I'm sorry for this long link.
Arena, I'll upload this file to the page so they can check out the video.
Yeah, because it's so long.
Yeah, so you don't have to copy
so you can see the commentary with Chinese subtitles. And you can also relate to my Facebook page. I also translate some messages from the Venus Project to Chinese, from English to Chinese. Yeah.
Great. That's very good. So it's time to take a picture together. So maybe we can all move to the area. Okay, I think we need 2 rows. 2 rows. Arena?
I'll take a picture.
Okay, great. So it's the first time I can be in the picture.
Oh, really? No, I saw pictures.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not in the picture.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm too tall right now. No. Okay. Then I'm short.
All right, Sergey, maybe you can use the burst mode, so it takes a lot of picture, and then you choose the best one.
Okay, sure. I'll take a few pictures. You just smile and pretend that you're smart. 1 and 2, and smile. Say cheese. Nobody says cheese. Okay. Say 茄子. All right, and 1, 2, 3, and okay.
All right, thank you.
Check maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's very good. All right, we'll take a break, 5 minutes. We'll come back.
Okay.
Yes, who are interested in my the business project?
Oh, and then you can leave some more here at the.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll
You don't have one, right?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Yeah, the last time I forgot to bring. So.
Thank you.
And then you can leave some
Yeah,
on the bookshelf.
Sure. Here, right? Or on the desk here? Yes. Where do I put? Robert. Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Sam will walk you up.
Yeah, I take you downstairs.
Ah, okay. Let me pick up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's. Thank you.